Hi, this is Taryn Grome, editor of Pharma Voice. We met with numerous inspirational thought leaders at this year's DIA annual conference as part of our Editors Take video series. I hope you enjoyed this discussion.
In this episode, we have a talk with Lynn King, Senior Director, Clinical Monitoring, TKL Research, Inc. What are some current misconceptions about risk-based monitoring?
Well, there are a few, and you typically hear these kinds of conversations around risk-based monitoring. There are several companies, sites that still feel that risk-based monitoring strategies will save lots and lots of money. And what we've found so far is that we're not seeing huge cost savings with risk-based strategies. There is cost shifting and cost sharing, but we're really moving tasks from one area to another and not necessarily cutting budgets by millions of dollars. So that's a huge misconception.
What are the challenges with implementing alternative clinical monitoring strategies?
Well, one of the other misconceptions that leads to challenges is that we're negatively impacting the quality of data because we're not looking at every piece of data on every trial. And this really isn't true. What we've seen in several studies, white papers, is that we are still focused on quality. We are able to review and clean data with good quality at the end of the day. However, we are doing data cleaning in a different way. We are achieving quality with different processes and strategies, but some of the challenges that come with that are really defining roles a little bit differently in our organizations, at sponsor companies, at CROs, at sites. We are talking cross-functionally in a different way, so things aren't just focused on the CRA or the monitor, but we're talking more with our statisticians, with our data managers, to really figure out how we can clean data using different monitoring strategies, not just focused on on-site monitoring tasks or source data verification, but what other ways can we look at the data? How can we look at listings? How can we trigger better looks at quality and really involve that in a process that helps us to clean our data?
What key processes might companies need to revise or update to transition to risk-based monitoring strategies?
Well, in our experience, some of the key things are really to look at the roles and functions within the organization. Because you have to talk cross-functionally, you really need to have those pathways in place and the processes to be able to address different strategies to monitor. So some of the first things to look at are what are the job descriptions, what are the functions and the roles on the team that will enable us to develop and implement risk-based strategies. The other key things are really looking at your project and clinical monitoring plans, what needs to be in them, how do we align our plans to the FDA's risk-based guidance. So that's a key area to start. And then finally looking at your SOPs for monitoring and data cleaning and determining how you're going to develop these strategies and processes for implementing risk-based monitoring across the board.
How are clinical sites adjusting to risk-based monitoring strategies?
Well, it's been very difficult. We get feedback from sites that they tend to feel a bit left out of the process, so they're really looking for information, they're looking for guidance. How are these risk-based strategies really going to affect them in the running of trials? They're also getting some strange requests from companies as they try to implement these strategies. We're back to places where some companies are asking to take medical records off-site and do remote source data verification. So sites are concerned about patient confidentiality and HIPAA. So there are unique challenges with sites, and I think at this moment, many sites are feeling a bit left out of the process and need some more guidance and information.
For more information on this topic, visit our Thought Leaders website.
For more Editors Take videos from the 2015 DIA Annual Conference, visit www.pharmavoice.com. Thanks for joining us.